Good evening. I'm Joshua Shepard. I'm from Sassoon City, California, just in the North Bay. I'm a 6-year Navy veteran. I worked on Tomahawk Block 4 missile systems as well as the SM-3 missile system as a computer tech on guided missile destroyers and cruisers. I've since had a change of heart. I'm a member of Iraq Vets Against the War as well as Veterans for Peace. I'm also a friend of Scott Olson's, and I was that guy in the sailor outfit when he got hit. So you may have seen my silhouette around. Yeah, I'm here, and I'll be advocating on behalf of us nonviolence folks. Thanks. All right. I'm going to take a little different tack here. I'm going to work with what I know. That's coming from the military and then coming from a working class family. Very simple family. I'm new to activism. I'm learning things all the time, relearning, reanalyzing what's going on. And so if I sound like a simpleton, it is in fact because I am. So I think Oakland is easily one of the most radical cities in our country. And if you're like me, perhaps you came to Oakland because of that, or you stayed in Oakland or the Bay because of that. I think we like being here. It's productive for us personally in our ambitions. And but then we fall into this trap of preaching to the choir, and we preach to the choir so much. So the more we learn, the more we teach each other, the more difficult it is to relate to the rest of the country. So, you know, I've got 2 working class parents. My father was a log truck driver, a mechanic, and then a small business owner. My mother was a small business owner. My father didn't graduate high school. I joined the military. I saw what we were doing, and I turned down a $70,000 reenlistment bonus as well as my pay and benefits to get out of there because I couldn't stand for it. So in this movement, I joined it because I saw it as an extension of my existing activism against the government corporate corruption of the defense industry. And so that's widespread. You know, I think the government provides these essential social services that help level the playing field for the inadequacies of our capitalist culture. And so that leaves the left to be very hesitant to speak against the government. And so the right, they have this tendency to value, you know, individual ambition, entrepreneurial spirit. And so then they leave big business alone. They don't want to mess with big business. And so then they attack government. What the elephant in the room is that they're one and the same. So I think we've got so much to agree on, but here we are back and forth talking about tactics when we need to address what we want. Do we want a popular movement, or do we want a progressive movement? I think the past 40 years have shown, or 30 years, have shown the inadequacy of progressive movements. I think we've got the potential for a broad-based movement here to work with what we do have in common to really, get at the inherent problem at the top. There's a very small contingency of this country that desires revolution. Coming from my military background, I do not believe the civilian population is well suited to resist or, to fare well if things got really violent. I've seen what the military can do. I've seen what we have at our disposal. And once that turns on the civilian people, it's going to get nasty. All these kids that spout revolutionary rhetoric, I think about dead children, dead women, dead families. It's going to get ugly. And so I really want to avoid that at all costs, Revolution is, while, the end is great, the means are horrible. So, when it comes to diversity of tactics, of course, we need we need to be diverse with our angles. But I heard this lecture. This guy cited this advisor to Martin Luther King, and he said, "Don't go out there and march like you enjoy marching. Go out there and march like you're trying to communicate something to the public. That is your audience. You know, we're all. I'd say that Bay Area is higher than average in their education level. We should understand ethos, pathos, and logos. You know, understand your audience and really cater to them, because otherwise we're shooting ourselves in the foot and we're further isolating ourselves in our devolving circle." Excuse me real quick. I think that, a lot of property destruction and whatnot, that's the thing, it's not easily understandable. My family, my friends, my non-political and apolitical, they're very much in support of the Occupy movement. Everybody's suffering, and, everybody is part of this 99%. But I think as long as we continue to move forward with our progressive movement tactics, we're further isolating folks. Excuse me. And so when it moves on into the diversity of tactics, I know some will say that yes, it's part of the organization of the movement. They agree on these diversity of tactics. But that is fairly disingenuous unless you're publicizing to the public that you're requesting to be at your events and your actions. If you're not publicizing that, yes, we are going to destroy things, then that's disingenuous to the people you're trying to reach. So, thank you.